The truth about Tutankhamun. King Tutankhamun was dead as a duck's toenail, and he was buried in a rock tomb. Did he rest in peace? Not for long. If the ancient Egyptians had had ancient policemen, then the report may have looked like this. Crime, grave robbing. Address, King Tutankhamun's tomb, Valley of the Kings, Egypt. Date, 1327 BC. Report. I was called to the tomb of King T at 6 a.m. this morning. As I was asleep at the time, I was not amused, I can tell you. Another king being eaten by a croc, I groaned. No, sir, Sergeant Paneb said. King Tutankhamun's grave's been robbed. I sighed and turned over on the straw. That was yesterday, Sergeant, I said. I looked into it. I looked into the case and I looked into the grave. The robbers had stolen bronze arrowheads off the king's arrows, some fine materials and some perfume jars. But, sir, Paneb tried to interrupt. He was always doing that. They were clever, I told him. They only took things that could not be traced back to the tomb. I mean, one arrowhead is pretty much like any other arrowhead. Unless it's in your head, of course. But they can do a bit of damage, those arrowheads. But, sir, he cut in. Did I mention he's always doing that? They tried to steal some golden furniture, I went on. They thought they could melt it down. Then they found it was just wooden furniture covered in gold leaf. Ha! Threw it back into the tomb, didn't they? But, sir, Paneb cried. I shouted him down. The grave was sealed with tons of limestone chips. Grave closed, case closed, I said, and turned over to get some sleep. But, sir, Paneb went on, they've robbed it again. What? I said, and jumped off my straw bed. Why didn't you say so, you buffoon? The robbers made a tunnel through the chippings and broke in again. A tunnel? That must have taken them all night, I said, looking for my tunic and sandals. 7 hours at least, Paneb said. This time they got jewels out. No clues? I asked as I stumbled out into the morning air. Just this, sir, Paneb said. He jangled a twisted scarf in front of me. When I opened it, I found 30 gold rings. I think they were in such a hurry to get away, they dropped this part of the loot. 30 rings. Not much of a clue. By the time I got to the grave, the dead king's minister, Maya, was there. His face was like a stone statue. He glared at me. You're late, he snarled. It's never too late to catch a thief, I said brightly. It is for you, he snapped. My guards caught them running away. You have failed. He took a step towards me and poked me in the shoulder. I hate that. I will make Sergeant Paneb my new chief of police. I'm out of a job, I cried. Oh no, Maya said viciously. You have a new job. You can be the royal executioner. You can start with the grave robbers we caught. I groaned, because we all know what happens to grave robbers. Well, do we? The tomb of Tutankhamun was robbed twice shortly after his funeral, and a scarf twisted round 30 precious rings was found in the tunnel that the robbers used. We do not know if the ring robbers were caught or if they escaped, but we are pretty sure what would have happened to them if they had been caught, and it wasn't very nice. Now, if you were a pharaoh and someone was caught grave robbing, what would you have done to them, eh? A. Have them buried alive in the grave they tried to rob? B. Have them sacrificed in the temple of Barbar, the cannibal god? Or C. Have them placed on a pole with a sharp end? The answer is C. Have them placed on a pole with a sharp end. It's called impaling. But you don't stab them with a sharp pole. You lower them onto it slowly. The weight presses down on the point, The more they struggle, the further it tears into them. It's a slow and painful death. You would not want it to happen to you. But you would not want to be the executioner either, would you?